Hi, my name is Michaela Harris, and I'm the owner and operator, along with my husband Christian Harris, of Timberlake Marketing. I wanted to take a few minutes of your time, and I do appreciate that time, to sit down and talk with you about some things that you could do to be boosting your business's online presence. Now, I do know that you have a website, and it does look, I think when I did some digging, I did find it, and it looks like this was one that was created using the Google My Business, where Google helps you build you a website when you do your Google My Business page. It's got very minimal content, which is likely why it's not showing up in that first page of Google, which I will show you. Now, before I continue, I just want to say that whatever suggestions I give are something that you can take on your own, or you can use some of our services and use us to help you get here. Ultimately, I just want you to walk away with a little more knowledge, and if you choose us, then great. If you don't, at least you've walked away with something. Now, if I, as a customer, needed HVAC services and I lived in Grant, Alabama, the first thing I would do is probably Google that. The first thing I see is either going to be ads, which can show up at the top or the bottom of this first page. And then I'm going to see this map pack area. I do see you here, but it does look like there's more than one Google My Business listing, and this one in particular does not link back to your website. So it's great that you're here with your phone number visible and a review, but having more than one of these can get Google confused, and something like this can happen where your website doesn't show up on this one in particular. So they have no way to click and go look at photos. The other thing is they're going to look at this, what we call the organic section. This is going to be where all of your competitors show up. Hopefully you show up one day. This is where Google's going to find the most relevant people. And I do see your business right here on Yelp, but it'd be better if this was your actual website. So what can be done about this? First off, we can take a look at your competitor, and your top competitor being S&S Heating and Cooling. So I went ahead and pulled them up. Their website looks great. They have a lot of content, not enough that can't be beaten. So looks like they have a lot of pictures. They have a lot of information about their company as compared to yours, where we do have the Get a Quote button, which is great, the clickable call button, and our logo, but there's not a lot of content. And how Google chooses who's at the top is by content and looking for keywords. So that content's going to be what helps you get to the top. So how do we do that? How do we know what you can do to fix that? We use this tool called Ahrefs. It does cost a fee each month. But you can go in here and you can look and see how powerful and how trustworthy Google thinks your site is. So this is your competitor, S&S Heating and Cooling. They have 69 backlinks and 9 domains that refer back to them. I will say backlinks are not all created equal. You can have a lot of backlinks, but some of them could be not as powerful, meaning that Google doesn't regard them as highly. So you could have more backlinks and outrank your competitor that way, but unless they're more powerful, they're not going to be doing as much good as if they had less links with more powerful sources. So you can also look at what keywords. So if we look at the 17 keywords your competitor uses that Google finds, you can either look and see, so they rank number 2 being searched for by their name, but where we're concerned with is when someone's just looking for generic HVAC services. They don't know a company, and we want them to find you. We can go in here and we can find anything that's going to relate back to that. So when we see HVAC, they rank number 2 searching for S&S HVAC. They're not ranking very highly for generic searches, which is good. That means they're easier to beat. But if we come and look at your business, We're not seeing any keywords. We're not seeing any organic traffic. This would be how many people click per month. So we go back to them. We can see how many click on them. So their organic traffic, they have 9 clicks per month. That's not hard to beat. It wouldn't take an extensive website to get above them. The better the website, though, the more searches you'll show up in. So if the better your website is, you could actually show up in searches for towns surrounding Grant. The other tool we use is called Whitespark CA. We go in here and you can see how many backlinks they have. So if we look at Brothers Heating and Cooling, there's 14 and your top competitor has 22. You can click on this and you can see where those links come from, how powerful they are, and you can submit your businesses to these links and get more backlinks to outrank them. So these are just a few things that you can do. Mainly, I would just suggest getting at least 1,500 words of content on that page and focusing on some seriously good keywords like HVAC, Grant, make sure you've got town names in there, listing out all your services. That's going to help you tremendously. Now, like I said, I hope that in the end, even if you choose not to use our services, you at least walk away with some knowledge. And I do appreciate the time you took to watch this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to my husband or I. Will include our contact information in the email that I sent you this link with. We do appreciate your time. And please don't hesitate to reach out with questions. Thank you so much.